welcome back to Shakhtar Glory, episode 7. We had a disappointing episode last time. We had the Champions League game away to Seville, and we were playing really well, took a good lead, but this game particularly, and probably the last in FIFA 16, which is the last game I played, I tended to drop goalkeepers. There wasn't many injuries I had to goalkeepers. I had very little need to waste a spot on the bench with one, and that came to bite me in the last game, and that's probably what cost us the game. Kiota got injured about 35 minutes in, and I had to bring an outfield player on, and they had 2 highlights. Okay, they had a couple more shots, but 2 highlights, scored them both in the second half. That was the end of that. So we bounced back straight away. We've got the next league game 4 days later. It's away to Dynamo Kiev, first versus second. They're, I think, 3 points behind us. 2 points behind us, I think it is. They've had a draw against our unbeaten league run. But we have had a bit of other disappointing news recently in injuries. So if I scroll back a little bit, it's only in the last sort of day or two. So we've lost Rakitsky, who's one of our key centre backs. He's out for 3 to 4 weeks, so he's going to miss a good few games, especially the way they're coming in this season at the moment. They're sort of every sort of 3 or 4 days. It's crazy, and with the Champions League obviously as well, making that a few more. And then we also lost, what was that, the same day, about 2 minutes later, Malyshev. Okay, this one isn't quite as big a deal. He's out for 2 months. I think it was going to be 2 to 4, but we sent him to the specialist. He's featured a little bit this season, but not much. A couple of sub appearances, but he's a good player. And if we do decide to play a defensive player in there, particularly if we need a result against someone like Seville or something, maybe we need a draw or something, just go through the Champions League or something like that. He's got good ability and good potential. He's still only 24, so it is a disappointing player to lose. But he's more capable. It is the defender and the goalkeeper that's a bit more worrying. Shevchenko, so for this game, steps into goal. As you can see, he's actually more suited to the role than who was it before? Piatov. He's more suited to that sweeper keeper role we've got there. And then we brought Boldenkov in the centre back for Rakitsky. I don't know what I just did there. I think I tried to move a player no, I did. There was a player on the bench that was unregistered. So let's see. So we're jumping into Kiev now. We need to really just try and so as you can see, we are recent form is strong for both, but Kiev, we are the favourites. I'm not sure why theirs is highlighted green there. Is that just a choice thing? I'm not too sure. So we'll jump into the game. Pretty much same 11, apart from the injuries we've mentioned to the 2 players that affect us here. Hopefully it doesn't affect us too much. We did struggle against them there, 4-4-2 in the Charity Shield in episode 1, I think it was. So we need to passionate here. We'll try and rile them up a little bit in a good way for what is essentially probably the biggest game in our season. It's maybe not a local derby, but it's a competitive derby certainly, and we need to be up, G'd up for this game and really up for it, and otherwise they will just pick us off. They are playing very well as well. I think are they possibly in Europe? We get an injury very early on into our midfielder, which would have been probably missed off what his name was coming on. And wow, 5 minutes in, and Romero, is that the opening highlight? I think it is. Is that the kickoff? No, it's not the kickoff highlight because it's 5 minutes, but first highlight, and Cerner runs down the right, a nice long through ball through to Tyson. He gets a good cross in, and Romero's just there as a poacher, just sticks it away. Disappointing goalkeeping because that was relatively at him. And as it stands, we are 5 points clear now, Kiev, which would be huge in the context of the season. And Tyson threw the next highlight a minute later, and highlights coming thick and fast, and they all seem to be our way so far. So we need to really sort of take advantage of that. They do get one chance to break, but no. So 28 minutes in, we get another highlight here. I would maybe, if Champions League, like I did try to against Seville, dropped to a more defensive sort of mentality here. But we're okay. Apart from possession, we are outplaying them. We're playing well. All highlights coming our way. We do another injury. These are just killing me. So it's going to be toying with Bernard, but it's probably going to have to be on gender. Where's he gone? It isn't letting me scroll down to him. There we go. So we'll stick on gender in there. Yeah, so we're playing well enough that I don't need to worry too much about dropping to a low mentality. I think there's more goals in here for it. And if gender comes in, Fred, can he get his first goal? No, Fred again. Stepanenko, Tyson, out to Cerner. Can he whip a ball in? Tyson. And Tyson doubles the lead just before half time. We are part of the possession, which, again, like I've said, we're not too fussed about. We're dominating every other stat, probably including fouls, yeah, of course, always with the fouls. But Cerner puts the ball in, bounces off their centre back, and Tyson's there just to tidy up and put it in the back of the net and give us a healthy 2-0 lead just before half time. Can we get a corner right before half time? Can we double it? Oh, it ping pongs around in the box, but we're not able to tap it in, and this should be just the pre-half time highlight here, hopefully leading to nothing. Hopefully they don't get one right before, and they do. Is it offside? No. I thought it stopped then and hadn't given it, but unfortunately it has. So they play the ball down the wings, they get the space there, and terrible marking in the box. You know, we've got a 3-on-2 centre backs against their strikers, and one of them I think was the one putting the cross in, so that's very disappointing. So we go into half time, 2-1 up. They've had one highlight, they've had minimal opportunities at goal, and they've obviously scored one of them, which is disappointing. We've had a lot of chances, we've had a few highlights as well, and we've only got the 2 goals, so that is disappointing. We're not converting enough of them. I have noticed, though, it didn't go unnoticed just before half time, again, the fitness, we're lagging a little bit, but we're miles ahead of them. So hopefully we can, as the game wears on, that will start to show a bit more. But as they get in behind again, it's their striker, but a terrible cross. So they've got a corner, and we managed to clear it away. Again, a little bit of ping pong going on in the box, and we get away with it, but it's them again. Can we snatch the ball here? We really need to grab this back, and it's just back to them every time, and our keeper makes a good save. It might be time that we start thinking about looking at a more counter-attacking shape here. So, I mean, straight away Stepanenko obviously picked up that knock in the first half. We can bring Kovalenko on for him. He's been itching about first team, playing some games recently, so I think we need to give him some game time. And then we've got Cerner, both the right back and the left back looking a bit tired, but Cerner's obviously a bit older, so he's likely to fade away a bit more, and he's on a booking, so I think we'll take him off as well. And we are going to go to that more counter shape. I mean, obviously we are playing kind of counter-attacking anyway. A lot of it is winning the ball back and getting forward as quick as possible, but the counter will just maybe play to that a little bit more in this game as they try to push on for the equaliser. We get to 85 minutes, and it is just kind of petering out a bit and being a bit of a boring half, which I'm absolutely happy with a 2-1 lead. If it stays like this, I'm absolutely fine, but they are on the attack, and of course they score right before the end. This is, again, it was set up to be a great game, and we just get these injuries that are just costing us games. Ferreira was a key one. He's maybe not the main goal getter in this team, but he's a pivotal part of how we play, and he's far and away a cut above on gender. Although when gender wins it there, he is, you know, and they're through again. Please no, not a 3-2. And I think the keeper's put that over. Not a corner in the last minute. Please, please, please. We seem to get it away. Can we break on the last minute? And it's on gender. And he just stops running. I don't know what happened there. And I think that's probably going to be about it. I hope it's going to be it, because they've got the ball back. And that's it, 2-2. Disappointing again. It's late goals that are... I mean, the Seville ones were semi-late, but it's just... I'm going to be aggressive with them here, I think. I'm not happy with the performance. We were 2-0 up, and we've let that drop. One right before half time, one right before full time. Two of the worst times to concede goals. we maintained that 2-point advantage in the league, but that was a real opportunity to really put a marker on the season and push away and really get away from them. So we're going to lose Ferreira for 2 to 3 weeks, which means Stepanenko is injured as well. He's going to be out for 1 to 3. That's not a problem. And we'll send the assistants there. So, I do want to praise him because he scored, but at the same time, he scored and he didn't really do much else that I saw. So, schedule-wise, let's see who we've got coming up and where we can come back for. We've got the Cup game. I don't think we'll bother with that. It's really a nothing competition. I'm going to completely field a nothing team in it, really. And we've got Basel just a couple of days after that. So I think we'll come back for the away game against Basel, which is in a couple of days, only a couple of days' time, really. Okay, it's about 2 weeks. Is it 2 weeks away? We're on the 1st now. So we've got a bit of a break before the Cup game, and then we've got another load of games thick and fast. I don't know why we're not just playing a few of these games together. Perhaps there's an international window, but with this league, it wouldn't surprise me. So we'll come back in episode 8 and we'll be playing FC Basel in the 3rd Champions League game. So until then, see you later.